welcome to this week's episode of Coast News. And as always, got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into the news today. Our top story for tonight, Cedar Point have officially announced a brand new Vekoma Tilt Coaster which is opening next year. And this was completely unexpected. This is also an absolutely amazing announcement from Cedar Point themselves. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Cedar Point is an amusement park located in Ohio in the United States. They have the tagline, the roller coaster capital of the world, because they're one of the theme parks with the highest number of roller coasters on the planet. With so many iconic attractions like Steel Vengeance, Top Thrill 2, Gatekeeper, Valraven, Rapterra, literally so many iconic attractions, Maverick, Millennium Force, Magnum XL 200. They're one of the most famous amusement parks on the entire planet. And they're just literally adding more roller coasters to that lineup, and next year will be no exception. They are getting what they call a record-breaking attraction because it'll be they're building a brand new generation Vekoma Tilt Coaster, and they're calling it's called Siren's Curse, and it's going to be the record it's going to take. It's going to be North America's tallest, fastest, and I believe longest tilt coaster as well. Now, bearing in mind, next year there's also meant to be another Vekoma Tilt Coaster opening down in Texas in Circuit of the Americas called Circuit Breaker. However, I believe Siren's Curse may break the record for that ride depending on when it opens. Siren's Curse is going to be 160 foot tall. It's also going to reach maximum speed of over 58 miles an hour. And the ride duration is over 2 minutes, which is actually pretty long. But it's actually going to be an amazing attraction. We had no idea this was, well, at least I didn't know it was being in the works anyway. They released like a teaser a couple weeks ago for like an announcement that will be made on the 19th of September, which was yesterday, and then officially announced their brand new roller coaster for next year. Now it's actually pretty insane that they're getting a new roller coaster. It's sort of going, the place where it's going is sort of like in the corner next to Valraven and Top Thrill 2. Which is funny because considering Top Thrill 2 literally opened earlier this year and it only operated for about a week, and they confirmed it's not going to reopen until next year, and in that time they're going to build an entire new roller coaster, which is absolutely crazy. But either way, I don't think vertical construction has started yet. I don't even know anything about like what any land clearing is going on. But if it's anything like Rapterra at Kings Dominion, which is owned by the same company as Cedar Point, then this ride will probably fly up. And hopefully it'll have better operations than Top Thrill 2 as well. But either way, I cannot wait to see what this brand new ride looks like and how it will benefit Cedar Point as a whole. In other news today, Chessington World of Adventures have announced plans to completely transform Wild Asia and Mexicana over the next few years. And I knew that they were going to make some kind of announcement, but I didn't think it was going to be like sort of on this scale. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, a couple of weeks ago, Chessington updated their public consultation website, stating that they plan to have like an exhibition on Thursday the 19th of September, where they would announce like exciting new developments and new projects. Now, we didn't know what this was going to be. We thought that it was going to be something to do with that. They were going to say more details on their water park that they had actually proposed quite a while ago, like well over a year ago at this point. And obviously we saw the announcements were made and they showed new plans which had only just been revealed. I don't think they mentioned anything about the new water park, at least I'm not aware anyway. But I think that's still in the works. But they announced two brand new main sort of things. The first thing is that they're going to completely transform the whole area of Wild Asia. So basically that means they're going to remove many of the attractions. They're going to remove Monkey Swinger, they're going to remove the what's that indoor like play area, I don't know what it's called, and also the glamping site as well. So they're going to remove all those. On that site they're going to build a brand new indoor roller coaster, which looks to be sort of like a Intamin multi-dimensional. I don't know, I mean it could be, I hope it is. Cobra is still going to remain on the park, but it's going to be like sort of slightly positioned somewhere else, so it's going to be like sort of moved a little bit. It's not going, it's just moving like a few feet to the right or something, I don't know. And as for Mexicana, they plan to transform that into like a sort of bit of a kid-friendly area, a bit like CBBS Land at Alton Towers, and they plan to introduce a new roller coaster in that area as well. They're labelling as like a My First roller coaster type attraction. So that could be, I suspect that could be replacing Scorpion Express. Other than that, we don't know anything else about what is actually going on in these two projects. The Wild Asia project, I think, is being labelled as Project Refresh and Refuel, and the Mexicana project is being labelled as Project Play. We don't really know anything about what's actually going to happen with those areas. We don't even know like a timeline of when construction could allegedly start. But there's rumours going about the Wild Asia transformation could actually be like a Minecraft themed land. Now, because a few months back Merlin put out a private survey asking people how the intellectual property of Minecraft will work in their theme parks, and there were two sites where it's proposed. One was at Alton Towers, which is allegedly for Project Ocean, and the other one was at Chessington. So could we get in potentially a Minecraft themed land, an indoor Minecraft themed roller coaster? I don't know, but we'll just wait and see what happens if these plans get approved. Also in the news today, Busch Gardens Williamsburg have announced plans to open a brand new B&M Family Inverted Coaster in 2025. And this is quite an interesting development. I knew that they were going to invest in more B&M Family Inverted Coasters, and I'm glad that they are, because Phoenix Rising clearly worked at Busch Gardens Tampa, and so now they're building one of these at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg in Virginia. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Busch Gardens Williamsburg is a theme park located in Virginia in the United States. It is owned by what was previously known as the SeaWorld Parks and Resorts, but now is known as, I think it's United Parks and Resorts. Obviously it's one of the more popular parks that they have. It's home to many different iconic roller coasters, including the Loch Ness Monster, Alpengeist, Griffon, and even more recently things like Pantheon and Dark Coaster. It's one of the, like Cedar Point, like I mentioned earlier, it's one of the best theme parks in the United States. And every year, and I've noticed it's been a trend all of this decade. The company that owns all these parks, they seem to be investing in multiple different roller coasters for each park every year. And next year for Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, it's going to be no exception. Because next year they're building a brand new B&M Family Inverted Coaster. We don't know a name yet, but hopefully a name should be decided soon. It's apparently going to be the longest family inverted coaster in the United States, I think, or is it the world? I don't know. But it's opening next year, and you can tell this ride is very much a sort of callback to the Big Bad Wolf. Now, if you don't know what the Big Bad Wolf was, it was a aerodynamic suspender coaster operated from, I believe it was, when was it? It originally opened in the 80s, but then it closed in 2009, I think, to be replaced by Verbolten, which opened in 2012. And it was one of the most iconic attractions. It gained like a huge following. It was one of the most popular rides. And if you've seen it, I've seen the photo of the lift hill and then going down into that drop in that turn over the lake. That's where that's from. It's one of the most iconic moments on a roller coaster, and even the Verbolten, which replaced it, even has that same drop and in going into the turn over the lake. So this ride is sort of like a callback to the Big Bad Wolf in a way. I think it might be going in the same themed land as that as well, and it's going to be absolutely amazing when it does open. It's going to be a really nice callback for the Big Bad Wolf, one of the more iconic attractions. And it's also make a great family coaster as well. I cannot wait for this ride to open next year. And finally in the news today, the trains for Rapterra have arrived at King's Dominion. And I swear they could literally get this ride open by the end of this year, if they want to probably. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically Rapterra is a brand new B&M launched wing coaster. Is opening at King's Dominion in Virginia in 2025. It is going to be, I think they said it's going to be the world's tallest and fastest launch wing coaster. And like the whole rate that this ride has been constructed, it's replacing the previous Volcano the Blast coaster, which was an Intamin launched inverter coaster that operated from 1998 until 2018. It was one of King's Dominion's most popular attractions, and when it closed when it was officially confirmed to be permanently closing in 2019, people are absolutely devastated to see one of their favourite attractions from the park just gone. But there was a rumour for a long time as to what could replace it. It was very much rumoured that they could build like a sort of B&M wing coaster. I think the original rumour was that they would plan to build like maybe just a traditional B&M wing coaster with like just a normal chain lift. And that rumour kept going on for quite a while. I think there were plans originally, like not long after the volcano's demolition, to build a traditional wing coaster. Whatever happened to those plans, I have no idea whether they're even real or just a rumour. I don't know, but all these years later, we've now got confirmation that they are building a B&M wing coaster, but it's going to be a launched wing coaster. Now, like with the Family Inverted Coaster, B&M are starting to build a lot more of these experimental type attractions. So the first ever launched wing coaster that they built was Thunderbirds at Holiday World, which opened in 2015. And then they wouldn't build any more until 2023, when they opened Mandrill Mayhem at Chessington World of Adventures. And now next year they are opening Rapterra, which is going to King's Dominion and is going to be absolutely insane. Now, literally, vertical construction began, I think, over a month ago, and the track was completed literally just last week. And now the trains have arrived. I don't know how long it will be until testing. It'll probably be like still a couple of weeks, maybe, or maybe not even that long, maybe like a week. So I bet at some point in the next couple of weeks there'll be testing of the ride, and when it does start testing, I'll make sure to tell you all about it. But this ride is absolutely flying up. Like, it's not going to be long. I bet if they start construction like a month earlier, they could have easily opened it for like Halloween season around that time, because the rate of which the ride is being built is absolutely mental. But I cannot wait for this ride to open in 2025. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So I want to thank you all very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, then please remember to like and subscribe, and comment. We would like to see you in the next video. Goodbye.